Hello and welcome to another exciting Creative Moments video. So today, I know previously I talked about making swords and daggers that were more like Peter Pan and Captain Hook and that sort of thing. And we're going to get into that, but not today. This segment, we're going to actually do telescopes first. So we need telescopes to fight the pirates and the, I guess, Lost Boys too. Both sides need a telescope, why not? So these are the materials that you're going to need. You're going to need 2 of these little guys. These are toilet paper, or actually these, you might want to do better than toilet paper. You might want to just do paper towel rings. And I cut off a little bit off the top because you don't want them really long. And I found a smaller one to fit inside. I don't know if you have one in your house that's smaller, but if not, what you can do is you can cut lengthwise down and then roll it tight and then glue it with a hot glue gun, and it'll make it a smaller roll to go inside. But you want these equal length about, so kind of there, mostly there. So 2 of these, small, big. Next you're going to need cotton balls, scissors, Scotch tape, and this is, I have to be careful. This is a glue gun and it is warming up. I have it on a very safe paper that I can use. It won't damage anything. It's kind of got a plasticky, and then I have some yellow paper, construction paper. You want something that's nice and pliable. A pen, and either measuring tape, measuring stick, or I like my triangle because it helps give me nice clean edges when I set it flush against the paper. So I don't have to measure so much, if you can see that. And then the last thing you're gonna need is plastic wrap. And so we'll get started and show you how to do all of these things. So the first thing that I'm going to have you guys do is we're going to wrap this around. Actually, I take that back. Before we do anything else, we're going to take, we gotta do the covering. For the larger roll, you wanna get some plastic wrap over the top of this because it's supposed to kind of see clear through. So, I'm gonna recant what I just said. I'm sorry. See, once you stop, look back and think about what you're doing, you're like, wait a minute. No, it'd actually be better to do this first. So you wanna get it, I just cut off a little piece with my scissors. You wanna get it nice and tight. And so I kind of go over this several times. And I'm gonna take my tape. If you have a tape dispenser holder, that's probably the better route to go. And I'm just gonna wrap it around a couple of times until it's nice and tight. And you can't, there's no music in the background today, no movies or anything. There was kind of a snafu the last time when I did it. So I'm gonna avoid that for now, just be on the safe side. And I know I'm wrapping this around quite a bit, but voila! So there we go. Haha, it actually has a really nice clean view. So we will do that to the other side of this one as well. We'll go ahead and do both since we're here and I just took the other piece that I didn't use. I made it a little bit longer than what I needed, but that's okay too. And again, you're just going to pull it down, get your tape. Look, I can make my own music. In case you're wondering, yes, I'm pretty good at entertaining myself. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but you know, passes the time. All right. And that was a little bit easier than the first one. Ooh. About to make my glue gun fly. So once you put these together, you're going to want the plastic on the outside and that on the other outside, and see? That will be your telescope. And then your kids can really be like, ha ha, Peter Pan. All right, so what I'm going to do for the biggest piece, we may not actually need scissors. I may have mistakenly spoken wrong. Huh. So I put the roll against the, oops, stay there. Whoa, I'm just gonna lay it on its side because it doesn't want to stay setting up. I think when you get the smaller glue guns, that's kind of what happens. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want the fold. I folded the paper, I've laid it down, and the excess right here, you want that to actually be on the outside because telescopes have like a little bit of a greater thickness around the glass. So that's basically we're mimicking. So we're gonna take hot glue for this, and you just wanna check to see, bingo, yes, it's working. So you do a line. Hot glue holds a lot better than other glue, I've noticed. And since it's little hot glue got stuck. And since there's multi-surfaces here, it's not just, what is it? It's not just cardboard being glued, it's also plastic as well. I feel like this is a better alternative. I'm just rolling it around. Oh. All right. And then one last time. So I'm going to trim the excess. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to take more tape. I know that's going to have a seam, but it was going to have a seam either way, but in that way, that just holds it down for the rest of it to dry. And no one's going to look at that part anyway. No one's going to look at this part. It's going to be up like this. So, haha. So it's coming together. And I mean, you could stop right now, but why stop, right? If you got a good thing going, you want it to really feel like a telescope. So there is a difference. You do want a varying size. So, you know, you're not going to be able to do this with your kid's telescope. I don't have a way to do that, unfortunately. I'm not that creative. So what I like to do is I like to take a cotton ball, and usually, usually it'll unroll. So first, I unrolled mine first, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And see, this side also has a lift, so let me see. Oh, look! It matches the other side. Yay! So again, around the plastic part, you want this little lift in. It's all good. And you'll do the exact same thing that you did before. So you're just taking, I don't even need the second sheet of gold paper. You see, I didn't practice this. I actually came up with this in my own head. My husband laughs at me because he's like, you always come up with the greatest things. He's like, how do you think of them? And I was like, well, as far as kid crafts go. He always tells me I need to be a kindergarten teacher. But to be honest with you, going back to school is a lot of money. So it's probably not going to happen. All right. But he's like, you always come up with such great ideas for crafts and stuff. I was like, yeah, most of this is just me winging it. So sometimes I do practice through. I'm going to say not sometimes. I mean, there's been a couple instances where I really practice through. I don't do it all the time because, again, they're kids' crafts. And, you know, if it's professional, if I'm doing art, if I'm painting a picture, or if I'm sketching or whatever have you, then yes, of course I'm going to take the time. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to try to make sure it's perfect before I put everything down. I think that's part of the reason why my creative moments last time around I was a little disappointed in. But you know, it's weird because I'll show you the last picture and stuff. I like it and then I don't. I don't like how the oil pastels did not blend as I wanted them to, but it's just the nature of the beast. If you're not used to working with a certain medium and you just go in blind shooting it, then you never know what's going to happen. All right, so now for my cotton. So the end that does not have the plastic on it, you're going to take and you are just going to glue it on. Okay. I may actually have to, you know, my glue gun ran out of glue. So I have Elmer's glue here you can use. Again, I like the glue gun for some of these projects just because it's a firmer hold. But I think it'll be okay to do the other. You guys are probably like, you're all over the place. These are fun projects though. I don't mind. I don't mind not being completely with a set goal plan. As long as all the ingredients that are all the materials that I mentioned we use, that's the important thing, or close to. I don't ask for anything extra. So hopefully you have enough glue in your glue gun because that's very important. All right. So you're going to put glue around the cotton and to the best of your ability, you're going to try to fit it in there. But that, and it's nice because it's making it even more. There we go. There we go. So this is very yellow, I know, but you can kind of see through here that it's raised. See that? It looks more raised where I'm looking at it than probably your screen. And then you have that little ridge there. If you want to do something a little bit more fun, you can put some glitter on it. The only reason that I'm withholding from doing that is because I'm afraid with the construction paper, whenever you wet it with anything, including this glue, which is why, you know, this is a firmer glue with the glue gun. Whenever you do it, it kind of bubbles it and it's not a very smooth finish. So I tend to just kind of leave things as is. But this is just so cool because it actually feels like a real telescope to kids and everything. And I mean, even if it breaks, you know, it's just a few minutes of a project. So, well, thank you for joining me, and we will be coming back here again to do swords and daggers. If you're kind of funny about letting your kids have weapons, I completely understand, even if they're toys. So, you know, no negativity here. I get it. So, but anyway, until next time, have a magical day, and we'll see you real soon.